Alright, before I get into the meat and potatoes of this video, I want to just say a couple things. This video will mention suicide, so if that's going to be a problem for you, please do not watch. There is also mention of gender dysphoria and major depression. Secondly, I would like to apologize for the quality of this video. I am currently using my iPad as it is the only thing I have in my current situation to record with. Alright, on to the main subject. My name is Rose. I have posted in the Introduce Yourself channel that I use painting as a coping mechanism for my severe depression, and I just wanted to flesh out my story a little bit and how I go about doing that. So, my problems with depression began when I was around 12, 13 years old. And my problems with gender dysphoria started then too. I didn't know what was going on with me. I felt like a freak. All of the media attention at the time, this was the mid-90s, was negative towards the LGBT community. There really wasn't much positive going on. And that was in its infancy, and I just couldn't find other people that felt like me. That's why I'm doing this video and posting it in these groups. For 21 years, after realizing that I like to cross-dress and things like that, I hid who I was and didn't accept who I was. I always felt, let me backtrack a little bit here. I always felt comfortable talking to my mom about anything. However, the family situation was always hectic and chaotic, and I never felt like I could throw another log onto that fire, so to speak. And so yeah, fast forward to my early 30s. I've never held a job longer than 2 years without some aspect of the depression coming out, and either me quitting the job, losing the job due to attendance issues, or anger, or the depression coming out as anger towards my managers and getting me fired. In 2016, I was in the best position of my life. I was being looked at as a possible assistant manager if I could get my department up to certain standards. I was a department manager at Walmart. And life was good, so I decided to come out to a couple friends. And I did, and they were encouraging. So I went up to Appleton. I live in Wisconsin, about 2 hours away from Appleton, and had a makeover done. Now, I felt so good after this makeover that I went ahead and posted on my Facebook account that I had just for my female persona, where I was in LGBT groups and things like that without my family knowing. And not knowing that when you tag your friends in a Facebook post, that all of their friends see it too, I went ahead and tagged them in a picture that I took after the makeover. The next day at work, I had some coworkers come up to me and express support for me, which was really good to hear. However, as you know, one of the partners in crime, so to speak, of depression is anxiety. And anxiety began to creep in and tell me that someone was going to come up behind me with a shelf or a baseball bat or some other product that we carry in Walmart and beat me over the head with it. This anxiety grew so bad that I could not make it into work without getting physically ill. So I lost my job. No job means no money. No money means no rent. So I wound up getting evicted from my apartment that I had on my own. My only second ever apartment on my own. And shortly after that, I became very suicidal. I would take meds to overdose. There was one point I was going to castrate myself in a hotel room, and I was going to just lay there, and if I survived the night, I'd call the ambulance in the morning, which I probably wouldn't have survived the night. Fortunately for me, I couldn't go through with it, and I wound up on the floor and just shaking, and my friends called the ambulance for me, and they came and got me, and they got me help. At that point, I went into a group home for a while, and then I got my own apartment again. Things have not been going well. They're back at looking at a group home for me. They being my county caseworkers and the social workers of the place that I'm staying at now. So yeah, that's where I'm at now. When I paint, it's one of the few things that can really distract me from everything that goes on inside my head, from the thoughts of failure and all these other negative thoughts that just bring the depression on so hard and the anxiety on so hard. And what I do mainly is when I paint is I focus on the feel of the brush in my hand, the feel of the brush against the miniature, and just the pure joy of seeing this little gray figurine coming alive as I paint it. I'm not a good painter. I'm currently working on a project for my dad, which I'll post probably to a couple of Discord servers and things like that. And yeah, so I guess the main point of this is I wanted to get my story out there. And this was the only way I knew how to do that. So, if you're struggling right now with depression, with anxiety, with gender identity or sexual identity issues, know that you're not alone. There are other people out there who struggle right alongside you every day. And if you need something, if you're on the edge, reach out. There's a lot of different helplines. There's even a transgender helpline 24/7. There's the Trevor Project hotline for LGBT issues. And as a last resort, I have some training. I was a certified peer specialist for 2 years, and I've lived the experience. So if you ever just need to talk or whatever, my DMs are always open. If it's late at night, I may not get back to you till the morning, but I will get back to you. This video is mainly for those of you in Ninja and Miniacs Discord server. However, for those that aren't and are wondering what I mean by miniature painting, check out the Trapped Under Plastic podcast, Ninja's channel and Miniacs channel, and also Vince Venturella's channel, if you're interested in that. This will be a general video on YouTube, and I'm going to post it to some of my LGBT groups on Facebook as well. Thank you for listening to my rambling here, and I hope my story can, in some small way, help others. Thanks.